Here.
Tech London Advocates is in fact one of the founding partners of Tech Week. And just talk to us in this current political environment, just how important it is to ensure that we're showing ourselves off. Technology in London as a hub still exists and still gets talent.
Yes, well, I think, London Tech just continues to go from strength to strength in terms of the investment, the talent, the startups and scale-ups that are being created, which is fantastic. But we're also in an uncertain climate, with the recent general election, with some of the upcoming Brexit negotiations and questions around accessing talent all top of the agenda. So a week for celebration, really excited to kick off today. But some challenges that we have to address.
Those challenges, I mean, talk to us about the survey that you ran literally just after the election. And the key concern is getting talent into London.
That's right. So the day after the general election, we surveyed Tech London advocates, and we asked them a lot of questions around the Conservative Party's manifesto on immigration talent, things like a third-party sponsorship for visas, and the sentiment from the community is very strongly against this anti-immigration approach, really wanting to make sure that we get access to skilled migrants, whether it's from the EU or beyond. So I think a real wake-up call. I think we had something like 75% saying, look, they are unhappy with the current policies and they need to change.
And it's fascinating. That's the same sort of theory we were hearing from the Mayor of London when we spoke to him. He's worried about the immigration, for what it means for London.
That's right.
And just to note, there are about 4,000 Tech London advocates now?
We're just about to hit 5,000 in London, UK, and 50 countries around the world.
And what about the question of capital in London? Because having come back from Silicon Valley, that is often what is labelled at slightly less bigger pace here in London, is that yes, you've got the innovation, yes, you've got some really cool startups, but you don't just really have the foundation of cash to put into them, and they have to go over to the US, like TransferWise did, like Funding Circle, for money. Is that changing? I
think it is changing. Last month, I had a Tech London Advocates Investor Showcase, and so we brought together angels, VCs, private equity funds, corporate venturing arms to talk about what is the state of London tech in terms of investing? Where is this going with Article 50 being triggered? And I think there was cautious optimism. Look, we don't want to compare ourselves to Silicon Valley. They've been at it for decades. We're kind of 5 or 6 years into it. But we're seeing funds being raised. Atomica raised $750 million earlier this year. A couple of weeks ago, Draper Esprit, $160 million. Brent Hoberman just announced a $60 million fund. So the money's there. The big tech companies are investing. Look, it's still a challenge to raise money wherever you are and whatever stage you're in. But the money is there in London. And if you've got a great business, a good model, if you're a strong leader, you shouldn't have it so difficult to get that money.